To Afghanistan now, where more than 200 health facilities run by the World Health Organization, providing medical care for 1.84 million people, have closed or ceased operations after the US aid cuts announced by the Trump administration shut off life-saving medical care, including vaccinations, maternal and child health services. On his first day in office in January, Donald Trump had announced an immediate freeze on all US foreign assistance, including more than $40 billion for international projects coming from USAID, which is the United States Agency for International Development. It was later confirmed that more than 80% of USAID programs had been cancelled. To understand the impact in Afghanistan further, we have with us live from Washington, D.C., Hollie McKay at the moment. Hollie, thanks so much for making time for us. The WHO has clearly warned that in Afghanistan, where health clinics have actually closed in 28 out of the 34 provinces, this is leading to a grave escalating humanitarian crisis?
This is certainly really heartbreaking news. Afghanistan was already one of the worst humanitarian crises in the world, and this is undoubtedly making it significantly worse. And a big problem with these aid cuts is that over the 20-year US-led occupation in Afghanistan, the country became very reliant upon outside NGOs, outside funding, and outside groups to really bolster and keep its healthcare infrastructure alive. And so with these abrupt cuts, there are certainly many lives at stake. And I think it's important to remember that this really does go beyond politics. These are human beings and people that are in some of the most rural and some of the poorest communities who are already suffering, who are just going to be suffering even more.
Right. Afghanistan, by the way, Hollie, just for the benefit of our viewers, has already seen a rise in polio cases due to restrictions that were imposed by the Taliban on its vaccination program. What's worse is that the WHO says the availability of healthcare for Afghans may now worsen even further. Hollie, so on ground zero, are people pessimistic about how this might play out?
Yeah, I think Afghans have already been through so much over the past 25 years, and this is just another huge blow to what they're already enduring. I think we'll also see a really big hit to maternal care, to babies, to newborns, to mothers. And that is one of the most heartbreaking components of it, is that Afghanistan already is one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world. And this will no doubt exacerbate that. And it's painful to see what they have to go through. And I can only hope that other countries, other organizations, other groups can donate, can somehow play a part in bridging that gap. And hopefully the United States will at some point be able to resume that funding, because as I said, it really is human lives over politics.
Well, Hollie, as you've so appropriately put it, this goes beyond politics. Thank you so much for joining us with that update. We will, of course, keep in touch with you for regular updates.